What's going on, everybody? This is Unstoppable Hush. Welcome to Tell It How It Is, No Filter. Episode 177. I will not disclose my location as of yet. You notice this is not the basement. How's everybody doing? I got good energy in the background. Won't expose her fully. But we got Saucy and more in the building.
Hey guys.
She'll be chiming in when she feels the need to. I'll start with the funny shit first. So Biden, and that Saucy has helped me too. Biden caught COVID again, but it's called some shit called permanent. Let's talk about it. So the president caught it the first time. I guess they gave him some half-ass shit because what he got again?
Rebound.
Oh, it's called rebound, not permanent. My fault. I'm sure the White House is in a disarray because of this. This is a chance for Kamala to shine. I mentioned him before when he caught it the first time. I'm just bringing it up to bring it up. That, you know, even the most important person is not exempt from COVID spinning the block. Hope he gets better. Don't wish no harm on him. This chick, right? I wasn't good with names with the old school shows. So Star Trek, we had a sister on there. We had a sister on Star Trek. Whoever watched Star Trek from back in the days, how many black people were on that show? Right. That part. That's why I can't remember the motherfuckers.
My mother was a deep Star Trek person.
That's why I can't remember. But we have to give flowers. Nichelle Nicholas was one. Mm-hmm. And she has died at the age of 89, which I think is a full life. That's not bad. Listen, we want more. We want as much as we could get, but that ain't bad. 89 ain't bad. So we're going to give her flowers because she was a part of the Trekkies. And so I thought I'd shout that out. That's a show from the 1960s. A lot of you millennial babies don't know nothing about that. I don't really expect you to know that. All right, that's it for that. Yeah, I gotta give flowers too. Mary Alice, she passed too. 85. You see, I like these numbers. You know what I'm saying? These numbers are a little up there. You know what I'm saying? Mary Alice was in Fences, Sparkle. She was like the moms on the shows where, if you see her face, you know who she is. I'm trying to think of where I was first familiar with her. I don't think it was Fences or Sparkle. I think it was another movie. It might have been a movie that wasn't like a top movie, but she was like the mother in it. So I remember her. Yeah, this guy's from Wildin' Out, right? Lil Duval. Mm-hmm. He was hit by a car, flown to Nassau for surgery.
He wasn't Wildin' Out. He came to Wildin' Out.
Oh, but he's like a funny dude like that, meaning like he does comedy. Mm-hmm. Because I think he has a show that he's supposed to host coming up with Charlamagne, I think. But either way, prayers to him. Heard it was a very ugly accident. And like I said, he was flown to Nassau for surgery. So this is New York, I'm thinking. Nassau County in Long Island?
Bahamas.
Oh, Nassau, Bahamas. That's the only other Nassau I know. You're right. And believe I have a terrible memory of knowing what Nassau, Bahamas is. But anyway. Yeah, so prayers for him. Do I have any more current? Oh, Sleep in Paradise, the Bill Russell. If you're a basketball head, boy, you gotta know who that is. An 11-time NBA champ. For back then, that was big. 11 chips? LeBron's not getting 11, I'm sorry. Jordan has 6. That just lets you know right there. Kobe got 5. Niggas is not getting 11. 11 chips? We won't see. I don't think we'll see that again in our lifetime. Curry them have 3. 4? 3. 4. Look how hard they had to work. And they got 3 and 4. This dude got 11. We just gonna leave that right there. Tell me the next time one dude can say he got 11 titles. In no sport. Isn't even basketball. Tell me a sport where one individual tells you he got 11 championships himself. I don't think you're going to find it. Get back to me on that. Yeah, so that might be all of the current events. Now, we can get into the gory. Like I said, I got Saucy here. A lot of you guys comment and say that a lot of shit that I be saying, we need a reaction. Like, you would want a live reaction to the shit, some of the shit I say. Well, my mouth is crazy, and Saucy does not feel any intimidation or back down from that when I talk my shit. So I guess this would be the best candidate to have in the background. Not saying anyone else would be intimidated, but she specifically lets me have it too. So this is good stuff. Which one I want to go? Okay, I'll be political first. Can men genuinely help women out and not want sex in return or no attraction consistently? I'll give mines, and then if Saucy chimes in. Let me just keep it a stack. No.
Nope.
I'm sorry, fellas. You may have some simps and beta males out there that's like, I just want to help. There is some ulterior motive lurking somewhere. I don't see how you can justify this conversation to route it anywhere else. Can we have exceptions to the rules? If they're not attractive, if they're heavy, can we throw any factors in there that may make it a genuine thing if they're not attractive? Well, that's that individual. So do you feel guys can be around females or interact with a female that he is not attracted to and is for good reason? Not that she looks good and he just doesn't like her. I mean, she's really of the lesser attract. You know, and that's God in the eyes of the beholder. It's not for me to sit here and roast people who are less attractive and heavy. But can that be the default? Because they don't look up to par that he may really help genuinely. Like, I wouldn't touch that. In
my opinion.
Good. Talk louder for them.
In my opinion, a guy who always try to help me is a guy who felt that he was attracted to me. If they're not gonna help me, then they don't want to pursue anything. That's the way I see it. A guy who, how you say, lesser or not attractive to a person might, and say like far as like, hey, a woman's on the side of the road and she's not really attractive, whatever, they don't find her attractive, but her tires and that stuff, they want to help her. That simply just wants to help somebody because she probably doesn't know what she's doing.
Well, that's a genuine example.
Yes, but I'm talking about like going further, like continuously helping that person. They find that person attractive, but they want something out of that shit.
So, fellas, sorry to expose that. It looks real suspect. And of course, there's an exception to the rule. But we're talking in generally, not genuinely, because it was a genuine act. But generally, no. And that's, I gotta pick this apart a little more. So that's on the stranger tip, right? Like if it's somebody who doesn't know somebody and they just approach to help. What about the male and female friends who have been friends for some time? Is that genuine? That can be ruled more genuine, or is that suspicious as well? I'll give you a second.
Talking about friends.
Huh?
Friends is, yeah, that's an exception. I'm talking about somebody randomly. Somebody you don't
The
fucking
question,
know.
the person who asked me this was talking in general, meaning like that, the situation we addressed, and in friendship. So when male and females are friends, which today, you see, and you gotta go through what time frame we're talking about. Anybody born before 90 could live up to this men and women friendship thing. They feeling like 90s and millennial babies that's impossible. Because the kids nowadays all are in it to get something. So what we're saying is on the random tip, we really don't believe it possible at all. You line up 100 people, you might get 2 people that are genuine. On the man and female friendship, if you're born before 90, I believe you can grasp this concept and actually live it. With some conditions, of course. But you 2000 babies, I don't believe it's possible. Okay, so we're off of that. Here's a good one. Ha! Would you help your life partner get to your status or better, God forbid something happened to you, or would you worry about her leveling up and leaving you? So let me break that down again. This is in man's terms, of course. So the man is the breadwinner of the relationship. The female, you know, she makes money, but she's not killing it. He's killing it. Should a guy help her level up to his level? God forbid something happens to him. Now she knows how to get a bag even better. God forbid she has to do that without him. Or should he worry about her leveling up and leaving you? I say that because, again, with these millennial babies, everybody's looking for the best they can get. So did you take that chance? Do you feel, would you tell guys, advise guys, and say those are your younger brothers or whatever, would you advise them to help their lady level up or worry about that chance?
It's all based on the magnitude of the relationship. If this is just something...
Yeah, talk loud for the people.
I know they hear me. It's based on the magnitude of the relationship. I mean, if you're in with somebody who you're going to be on for the long haul, like this is your life partner, somebody you're going to be with, you should want to better that person regardless if they're making more money than you or not the same status as you. Like regardless, you want to level up that person because that is your life partner. You want better for them. So in that case, if it's a lifelong partner, just something that you can do, you know, be together for the rest of your life or however long the Lord allows you on this earth, yes. But if it's just something like, hey, y'all just met, or it's like a year in, and y'all still unsure of what the hell y'all want to do, listen, I'm sorry. Especially if I'm not in it, I think, you say it all the time, I think like a nigga. If I ain't rocking with you, then I'm not helping you. Period. So it just depends on the relationship.
Now flip that. You feel the same if it's vice versa? The woman is the breadwinner, and should she show her nigga how to level up?
It's the same way, vice versa.
I don't think...
But
I think there's a higher percentage of the woman bouncing once she leveled up than a guy. I think a guy, unless he himself is just vicious, if he knew the struggle and you helped him, I don't think he'd dip on you. I think a woman would dip faster.
Again, it goes back to the base of the relationship. I don't see no woman really bouncing if she really was riding for you and you helped her out. Not no genuine woman. Now, a woman who really was like playing you all along, and she had a nigga on the side and you flopped, and she's like, bitch, I don't need you, I got my nigga. Then she out, regardless if you helped her level up or not, because she has somebody else on the fucking side.
So basically, there's no way to tell. Like you said, you just base it on the relationship itself and hope that the genuine feel and whatever you feel is real about this will help you determine it. But sorry guys, if the female is the breadwinner and teaches you how to level up, you may have to bounce by default because she like, I ain't supposed to be the breadwinner. Your ass supposed to be carrying this. The fuck is you doing out here? Y'all can be on the same level for a time, but you better be making plans. Even, what was that, Chris Rock? It's so funny. Tambourine. He said even Michelle Obama went to Barack after his presidency and said, what's your plans, nigga? You accomplished that. What's next? We got to level up for our women, fellas. Damn, I'm kind of running through these. I only got 2 more left. We got to stretch these next 2 because we answering these too fast. Do we pay attention to who initiates sex in a relationship? I don't think that was meant in the beginning as far as breaking the ice. We're talking about over the grand scale of the relationship, meaning you can count who did that first. How did it pop off that first time? And then does that have something to do with who sets it off throughout the relationship? Is this something that takes turns? What sets the tone for that? I'll answer first before you chime in. So, do we pay attention to who initiates it? Not, it's kind of like a natural act. So I don't think you're supposed to be sitting there analyzing that. I mean, you can keep a note of that to yourself, like, okay, we both feel this vibe, we both feel ready to do this, but initially the man is supposed to initiate. Not like that's not written in blood, but it does, it's not a problem. So I don't understand why it doesn't matter who initiated it. That doesn't determine the quality of where it's going.
Somebody ask this question?
Yeah.
Then that person must be the person who initiates it.
So if you feel like you always initiating it, is that a problem? So let's play that. That's good. So as a guy, if I'm always initiating, that's not the worst thing in the world. It's not like you need counseling now because you're doing that. I'm just saying it is good to not always do it, be the initiator, but I don't think that that's a problem if you are. Or have a discussion about it, but it's not really huge. If my fellas, if you always initiate it, you want that shit, go get it. So you kind of almost have to be the initiator, and there's nothing wrong with that. Remember, when men are like we're supposed to do,
or it's initiating it and she doesn't want it as often. Is that what he or she is really trying to get down to the nitty gritty about?
I guess subliminally that would be it, because if they feel like they're always initiating, maybe they're getting told no, or is it by default, or just cause it's the duty. So now maybe men want women to initiate because, and that's a confidence thing too, because if men are looking for women to initiate, maybe that's just reassurance that they're wanted as well, which that's a beta male millennium thing, because men from back in the day, we want it, we take it, we go after it, and that's that. But today, do we need reassurance, fellas? Do we need reassurance by seeing that our woman initiates it? So how do you feel about who plays that role? Is there a set person, designated person for that role? Should it be equal? Does it tell by how attracted are you?
Some emotional ass people. It doesn't matter to me. I don't even care. Like, you set it off, I set it off, they set it off. Whoever fucking set it off. If it's time, then it's time, and if it isn't time, then calm the fuck down and maybe next time. Like, I mean, it doesn't matter who set it off to me.
Not on accounting, okay, this time I did it, next time you did it. But do you see that might be an issue for someone if they never, like let's say one always does versus the other one never does?
It could be an issue for somebody who's emotional. Yes, who's playing, like you said, thinking too much about it. Like, if you feel like, damn, every time I'm motherfucking turn around, I gotta initiate, you never know what's going on with that next person's, what's going on with that other person's mindset. Like, you don't know what's going on with that person's life. You know, shit could be triggering he or she to a point where that's the last thing on him or her mind that he or she is thinking about. Like, so if it's, again, it goes back to the relationship. If that's a partner that you have a solid relationship with, and you can sit down and talk and figure out, you know, hey, if it is bothering you, talk to your significant other. Like, hey, like, damn, you know, if it bothers you to that magnitude, hey, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. Conversation. Now, I'm a big person on communication. A lot of people ask questions and not asking their significant other. They want to answer for somebody who they're not in a relationship with, but you need to have that communication with that person that you're with. You might never know what you might find.
I think for men, there's a lot of pressure that women don't realize. We're supposed to be tough. We're supposed to be no emotion. We're supposed to be damn near bulletproof. So when we do get away or feel away about certain things, we don't want to address it to such because we don't want to look beta male.
That's what's wrong with society today. They figure like you said, men are supposed to be bulletproof and and then when the man slap you across the head because you want to be all fucking all the fucking time and don't show no emotion, and you want to know why he's so angry, because he cannot be emotional You can't show his emotions around you. He feel like he gotta be a thug or tough and knock niggas out all the fucking time because you don't want him to fucking cry on your shoulder when he's hurting. If you cannot be that man's calm and peace, and he can't come to you when he's emotionally vulnerable,
submissive,
then he gonna go to somebody fucking else who's gonna fucking cry on his motherfucking shoulder and listen to his shit.
But key, what I say, it's sad that it's broken down. Like I said, if you was born before the 90s, you get more of this, and you're showing your age because you're understanding this because you was born before 90. But how do we get our peoples that are born after the 90s? They're saying that this is not the wave. These chicks, I'm sorry, the Megans, the Cardi B's and all of that, do they show a submissive side? No, they're dominant as a figure.
How you know that?
No, the image they showing though, because these girls are following behind them. So even if they do have a submissive side, they don't have it in their music.
You're right.
City girls and all of that. So if that's the wave these kids are following,
even when they said something, saying, who was it? 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz was singing about strippers and blah blah blah. That man got a whole fucking college degree and got a whole wife. But that's the shit that he portrayed. But you know, these people, I hate to say that, you know, they rap and they rap about shit that they really not living. You know, so it's like we as audience have to really see that. Like, this is like show someone else. Some people is for show. Some people is actually living that lifestyle. But you have to, you know, I don't know. I call it follow fashions. People, they see people doing that's when they want to live. They want. It's everybody live in a right now. When they see something and that's what they want. I don't know. I can't. I drink water and mind my business.
because, all right, so I say that to say, let's go back to music again. The city girls, Cardi B, Megan, they don't have submissive songs. They basically saying what a nigga gotta be, how he gotta move, and like you said, it's this thug tough exterior that shows no sensitivity whatsoever. But now if you go before 90s again, I joke because like one of my favorite songs from back in the day,
Ralph.
They don't talk like this. Oh. You stupid. Yeah. No, the SWV, You're the One. Songs like that are not made today. You hear what they say. Listen, go to SWV, You're the One. And they were being aggressive. Their message in that song has the woman as the aggressor. Like, I want you, I know I'm a woman and I'm supposed to be, the man approaches. But they were in the era of, if I like what I saw, I'll make the first move. And it showed support. Even though that song is about cheating, they were still submissive in the song. And we're not getting that today. And if these ladies born after the 90s, that's why we got to send message to our youth, them, to not really follow its entertainment. The Megan Stallions, the City Girls, that's entertainment. It's not really your blueprint of how you should draw yourself to be if you're looking for a serious relationship or you want to be with one person one day. The City Girls and them, that's for like turn up forever life. If you never want to be with nobody serious or if you just want to do you forever. That's what I'm saying. Do I have one more? Yeah, it's going to be short. I got one more. That's it. Anything else though on that? Do we pay attention to who initiates? So fellas, don't pay attention to that. We work hard enough. Shout out Fresh and Fit Podcast always. Rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. All of this is inspired by such. We can't pay attention to that. Be a manly man. Be the best version of yourself. And if this woman is entertaining you and you're within her space and she's allowing this contact, it's still a win for you. So I don't understand why you worried about who initiates it. And like, that's for sport. If you just getting some, if you out there doing you, whether you're in a relationship and you're still doing you, or you're not in a relationship and you're doing you, this really shouldn't matter. Because you're just trying to get some anyway. So you may have to initiate if that's the only exchange you have. So get on your bully shit and take that pussy. Sorry, not in the grape form. We don't say rape, we say grape. So I don't mean it like that. I mean with consent, initiate. Now, if you've done this for some time, or if you've had a phase and stage in life where you've done this shouldn't bother you when it gets to the realm of real relationships. So now in real relationships, yes, we talking about a perfect world. I'm alpha male as it comes. And yes, I would like if I didn't have to initiate, but I also would love $1 million. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, you would like to see that, and you may get that on a humble. You can't sit there watching for it and waiting on it, though. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, even Saucy tells me, you don't get things when you want it that bad. Just be humble. Well, Kendrick said, be humble. Sit down. So, just do what you did to get you where you at right now. If outside the little shit, whatever you want to pay attention to that you shouldn't be paying attention to, it shouldn't really matter to that extent. What got you here? Where are you? Are you satisfied overall in all aspects? Because if you want to talk about how you care who initiates sex, what about all success in your life? Whether you're going for a job, a promotion, anything in your regular living, you have to be the aggressor. Closed mouths don't get fed. So just use that same approach. I get what you're saying, like, you know, you would love it reciprocated, but maybe it's not designed for it to be that way. And there's also partners. That's why they say you don't really bring X situations to your new shit. Because the last bitch might have set it off all the time for you because you was a little bit above her level in that category. I won't say, you know, in all things, finances and such. But you do know that there's levels to sexuality with people when they deal. So your ex or the last 2-3 chicks, fellas, you may have been a little bit above their usual. So they might have felt they had to be aggressive to compete. Because they could tell. Women could tell where you at sexually, fellas, when they interact with you, when they deal with you, when they go there with you. They could tell where you at on the, you know, expert level. Whether, you know, oh, he's novice still. He ain't, you know, he got a couple off. They could tell. So they act accordingly. And, you know, some may not give a fuck that you got the experience. They still move the way they move, and that's that. But they could tell. I don't think you hiding it, though. You know, if you only slept, fellas, not the clown. If you only had 3 partners and you 40, you know what I mean? They're going to be able to tell that. For women, it's different. You know, they could have had only 3 partners and they 40, but I think they concentrate more on what they do. So that 3 is enough to still rock your boat. They don't need the numbers. And some of us may not need the numbers, but I know it's a better look if, you know, you're 40 with 10 partners than 2. Because it seems like you have some damn experience by now, hopefully. Because each body is different. You see, what sets us up, sorry fellas, all guys are kind of similar in the woman's view of pleasing us. Like, a lot of us don't have no real different shit about us that they have to learn. And, you know, everybody has to be learned. Everybody has to be, you know, you have to get to know what they like and their dislikes. But with men, we're kind of squared all around the board. I'm sorry, we're so easy. I hate it. Head, actual sex, little in-between stuff, and that's it. There's really no challenge for the woman, really, once the man is fully engaged and fully attracted. Once he's on her body, she has to do little. Now, the only thing that's going to expose her is time. Retaining him, because things get repetitive, and if he's not as into it mentally anymore, he'll start to say, hey, this is just average. But initially, women win out the gate once the man is engaged. So we're simple like that. Women are different. You might say all pussy's the same, you know, you turn the lights off, sex is sex. No, each woman has a different thing you have to learn to get them right, all the way right. Because that first time, again, may be luck. You know, you might just hit the right spot on that day, depending on their mood, how they feeling, how long it's been. But how can you carry that? You know what I'm saying? But again, men, we gotta step it up, be a little more difficult, but we're not. Because all we want, like I said, as long as the head is good and the actual thing is good, we sell out. We're like, all right, money. Based on the individual. Now, we really like Shorty. Now we look into her characteristics, her personality, what's going on with her. Is she psycho? We all like a little psycho, but not super psycho. You know what I'm saying? And that's that. So I'm going to enter my last. This is zooming, boy. Woo, where we at with the time? Okay, I'm almost in my regular time. Saucy got quiet on me. Last one, you have to chime into this. So we're going to end this off with number or social media when creeping, cheating, trying to be on the low. The best source of communication, phone number or through social media?
If you want to creep?
Yeah.
Social media. I feel a phone number is too close.
This is where I have to disagree.
Okay.
Let me tell you why. But then again, are you saying that from the woman's creeping or from the guy's creeping perspective? Because women, the social media, I do agree. Y'all should use that. Men can't use that. And I'm going to tell you why. Sorry, fellas. Am I exposing us today? Your girl, maybe not you because you so guyish. But girls go through niggas' social medias. They look at shit. They question shit that may not even be nothing.
First of all, let me tell you something. Me, if I'm gonna look, I'm looking through text messages. I'm looking through social media. I'm printing out motherfucking billing statements and every fucking thing. If I really want to get down to it, it's no reason. It could be social media. It could be phone. If a woman. Really woman, because men ain't gonna really go that deep. If a woman really wants to find something, she's gonna look in all avenues. All avenues. It's nothing safe. Nothing's safe.
I just saying. You want to do the whole kid and caboodle. I'm saying for women, they can use the social media because the guy's not gonna go that hard. And DMs and comments happen even if y'all not doing anything. So it can blend in with your fuck shit. Mm-hmm. Men, the reason I said that there has to be the number, because he can send a message and delete it. Social media, I feel like, all right, the phone number keeps the chick that he has no business fucking with away from people because she can only contact him. When you give the social media and you cheating, this chick that has no business has access to people now. Especially if the guy posts his girl, posts his family, posts his kids. Now she has access to seeing what that looks like. Can throw comments and say anything at any given time. That's too much access. The phone number, you're secluded. Bitch, you hit me. I'm on 12th Street. Be there in 5 minutes. Delete. So, fellas, for women, I'm not trying to start nothing, fellas. Don't. If you're not a look in the phone type of nigga, like, I gotta give Saucy credit. You know, whatever happens in the dark gonna come to the light. So, you ain't really gotta search. And you know, it's accepted when women search, but it's crazy looking when men search. If men search, we look crazy. So, you gotta just eat that, fellas. Somebody said the other day, this is even off the topic, but it kind of is on topic. Does a guy, any guy in his right mind, and check this out, any guy in his right mind, does he even want to see his lady's DM? Not that she cheating. I'm just talking about period. Do you want to see a DM of your ladies? Just to see what her shit look like. Be careful how you answer that. But women can use the social media, and men, I say use texting. Phone number. If you ain't a social media nigga like that, I guess maybe you can use the social media because you're not really on there, you just have it. But I don't suggest that whoever you creeping with has access. See who your real wifey is. See who your family look like. I don't want that access. You know what I'm saying? Because a woman that knows she's the side is fighting for justice. And the more access you give her, and your actions already is OD. So the actions you do to pull up, mix with her access to seeing what you got going on, is going to put a battery in there that shouldn't be in there. Because no one wants the side job forever. That's cap when they tell you, oh yeah, you know, we could do us. Unless they equally have something to lose. And that's the wave you should get on. It's you know, it's terrible to say, really, if you want to live a just life. Because, again, when I shout out Fresh and Fit, their motivation is, yes, men should have options. Men should be able to do them. But what we're saying is, you have to get that, I hate to say it like that, like it's permission. But if you're upfront and honest with your partner from the gate, then you ain't got to worry about all this fuckery. But a lot of guys don't exercise that, or they're not where they want to be in life, so they can't even present that. But, you know, we really encourage to be honest and open. If you can't keep it in your pants, just say you can't keep it in your pants. But to creep about it, that's going to be headaches for you later, but it's at your own risk. Because what niggas do, take the chance and go, fuck it, I'll deal with it later. But we never follow our words with actions. Because when we creeping, this shit is good, right? Because it's something you're not supposed to have. It's like an extra dessert. Or a dessert that was free. So it feels good. It feels like, yeah, it has to. It doesn't really have a life. It has no guarantee. You know, that could go at any minute. So, just stick with the phone, fellas, if you do it. And ladies, yeah, I give women advice too. Social media for you. I mean, I feel like women is fucking, it's not fair because they can social media or phone number. Because, like, again, niggas are not supposed to be looking through shit. So I feel like they got the window.
Phone number's too personal.
I don't want the chick to see you, family, feel like she could fucking have access to y'all. Now, I'm supposed to protect y'all. So the chick can't have access to see who the fuck I'm really with.
That shit actually phone number. We had to block motherfuckers that she calling you private, blowing your fucking phone up, and you sleeping next to your motherfucking girl. You gotta put your shit on silent. You wake up to fucking 10 missed fucking calls and fucking text messages, and then your bitch can be like, why your phone keep blowing up? That is even more motherfucking incentive to motherfucking for a bitch to look through your shit.
I don't want that bitch to see who you is.
Listen.
Unless it's on the flip side, because now you're supposed to be. Now, another thing I'm going to say before I get out of here is you're supposed to level up when you creep. So you ain't supposed to be with a bitch that look worse than your shorty. Same thing for the guys, for the females. So if you get a bitch that's your lady's level or even a little cuter, I really don't want her on social media because then she going to really think her shit don't stink. Now, if you mess with a chick that's under your level, she could have the social media because she better not say shit because, bitch, you not on that level. That should intimidate her to stay in her lane and say, this nigga will never leave her for me because look how I look. Because whether they admit it to the masses, a chick knows they levels.
No, because that's going to make them even more cocky. Like, oh.
He has that, but yet he creeping with me. Well, you just for pussy, though. You just recreational use. So you really gonna think you better?
Listen, women, I'm talking to a woman perspective. That's like, even with my, my previous, he's always cheating with somebody less. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
So they thought that they was on your level?
Yes.
I think that's cap. I think they just talk that. But they don't really inside themselves feel that. They could act like it, but it's not the vibe. So, I mean, just take caution to do what you do. I believe in peace, love, and no war. but you know, you do what you got to do to satisfy you. Each individual is different. We do try to talk in general terms to say what would happen in the most cases. And again, in most cases, if you want to creep, just be honest, so you don't have to creep. But I know it's at stake because the modern day thinking now is that monogamy is legal and polygamy is illegal. Hypergamy.
Where though?
I mean, if you could afford it. But anyway.
Doing it.
So, just take heed to your actions. Just be aware and be prepared for what come back. Because you could do whatever you want, but be prepared and be able to handle the backlash of it. And till the next time, I'm a